Hey my friends, and welcome back to another video. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Amanda Jupiter Anderson. And today, you guys, I wasn't even planning on coming on here and making a video. However, I was sitting here meditating. My son is with his Uncle Kevin. They're going to do some writing tomorrow. So he's spending the night there. Anyway, you guys, I was doing some meditating, and then through the advice of my mentor, I was told to look up the Tuskegee, Tuskegee, Tuskegee experiment. Okay, now this experiment began in 1932. And this is a time where, there was no known treatment for a virus or disease called syphilis, which was, this contagious viral disease. So after being recruited by the promise of free medical care, 600 African American men in Macon County, Alabama, were enrolled in this project. They were enrolled in this experiment, which aimed to study the full progression of this disease. So that was the purpose of this experiment, to see, okay, what is the full progression of this disease? Now think about this. They are doing an experiment with humans to see how fully progressed a disease goes. And the participants in this experiment were primarily sharecroppers, and many had never even been to a doctor before, you guys. Like, they've never been to a doctor ever in their whole entire life. So doctors from the U.S. Public Health Service, the PHS, which those were the people that were running the study, they informed the participants of the experiment, the 399 men who had syphilis, and a control group of 201 others who were free of the disease. They were being treated for bad blood, a term commonly used in the area at the time to refer to a variety of ailments. So the men were monitored by the health workers, but only given placebos, such as aspirin and mineral supplements, despite the fact that penicillin became the recommended treatment for syphilis in 1947, 15 years into the study. So the PHS researchers convinced local physicians, local doctors in Alabama and Macon County not to treat the participants, and instead research was done at the Tuskegee Institute. So they were instructed, do not treat these people here. Instead, we're going to do this research at the Tuskegee Institute. So do not treat them. And it's now called Tuskegee University. The school was founded in 1881 with Booker T. Washington as its first teacher. Wow. So in order to track the disease's full progression, the researchers provided no effective care as the men died. Yes, they died. I mean, that's just so cruel, man. Not only did they die, you guys, they went blind, they went insane, or they experienced like other major health, related problems due to the syphilis being untreated. So in the mid-1960s, a PHS venereal disease investigator in San Francisco named Peter Buxton found out about the Tuskegee study and expressed his concerns to his superiors that this whole thing was unethical. Okay, and then in response, the PHS officials formed a committee to review the study, but ultimately opted to continue with it. So they didn't care. They were continuing with their agenda. Does this sound familiar, my friends? Does this sound familiar with the tunnel that we are navigating through in this matrix right now, going on with the jab and all of these mandates and everything? So autopsies were performed, and the project data that could then be analyzed from the autopsies. So pretty much, to do these experiments and stuff like this, they don't care too much about humanity, it seems to me. Buxton then leaked the story to a reporter friend who passed it on to a fellow reporter. And then that reporter was Gene Heller. So Heller broke the story in July of 1972, telling the public, or prompting public outrage and forcing the study to finally shut down. So by that time, 28 of the people that were involved in the experiment, died from syphilis, and 100 more had passed away from just related complications. At least 40 spouses had been diagnosed with it, and the disease had been passed on to 19 children at birth. Okay, this is crazy. So Congress held hearings on the Tuskegee experiments. In the following year, the study's surviving participants, along with the heirs of those who have died, received a $10 million out-of-court settlement. So as a result of this Tuskegee experiment, many African Americans developed a lingering deep mistrust of public health officials and vaccines. So that's why a lot of people sometimes currently, with what's going on now on this timeline in this day and age, are, and not just African Americans, I mean anyone who does their own research on this type of thing, they start to think for themselves and decide, okay, well, I'm not anti-vax or anti-this. I am more pro-choice. I am here to be free. Freedom is my birthright, and freedom is your birthright. So we should all, every single one of us, have the choice over our temple, over our body, whether or not we want a vaccine put into it or not, So the United States government did something that was wrong, deeply, profoundly, morally wrong. It's not only in remembering that shameful past that we can make amends and repair our nation, but it is in remembering that the past we can build a better present and a better future. Okay, so this was the apology that was given. Okay, the United States government said this. They said, the United States government did something that was wrong, deeply, profoundly, morally wrong. It is not only in remembering that shameful past that we can make amends and repair our nation, but it is in remembering that past that we can build a better present and a better future. And during his apology, Bill Clinton announced plans for the establishment of Tuskegee University's National Center for Bioethics in Research and Healthcare. The final study participant passed away in 2004. So, I mean, you guys, the Tuskegee, experiment, that wasn't even the first unethical study, okay? And just in 2010, back when President Obama was in office, and other federal officials, they apologized for another U.S.-sponsored experiment. So they've been doing experiments, my friends. And when they apologized for this U.S.-sponsored experiment conducted decades earlier, which was in Guatemala, and that study was from 1946 to 1948, close to 700 men and women prisoners, soldiers, mental patients, all of those, they were intentionally infected with syphilis. Hundreds and even hundreds more people were exposed to other sexually transmitted diseases as part of this study. I mean, that is just crazy to me. And this was all without their knowledge and without their consent. And the purpose of the study was to determine whether, penicillin could prevent, not just cure, the syphilis infection. Some of those who became infected never received medical treatment, my friends. Never. And the results of the study, which, took place with the cooperation of the Guatemalan government officials, were never published. They didn't publish this. The American public health researcher who was in charge of the project, Dr. John Coulter, went on to become a lead researcher in the Tuskegee experiment. So, you guys, this has been going on for a long time. And President Obama called the Guatemalan president to apologize for these experiments. So, I mean, it's been in the public. It's just, I don't think people are aware of what is really going on here. Okay, a new world order is being formed. If you guys don't know, now you know. But I'm sure you guys know. If you've been following my channel, you pretty much know what's going on. You're awakened. Like my friend Jenna said the other night in one of her videos, she has a closed circuit channel. There's not a lot of people that watch her channel because it's not meant for everyone. It's like, it's meant for certain people only. And I believe this same type of thing could possibly going on with my channel. I'm not exactly sure yet. I know I've been shadow banned a few times. I know many of my videos have been deleted, and it's all just speaking the truth. And I'm sorry to the cabal, to the 1% or whatever, because you can't stop this. This has been written so many moons ago. Loved ones, and this whole thing is going to play out the way it's going to play out. So just be well, stay meditated, and know that freedom is your birthright. You were born to be free. No matter what happens, you have the choice to decide what you want over your own body. So I had to show up and share that with you guys. I love you guys. Sean is doing well. He is doing amazing. He's sitting up in chairs now. He's standing up. We finally got the insurance to approve the lung surgery. So this side of his lung, they're putting like this equipment in his lung that like kind of like expands it out like an umbrella would, kind of like, so it's not so hard for him to breathe. So it's a special type of lung surgery, and we just got the insurance to approve it. So once that's done, you guys, he is healing at a rapid rate, and it's thanks to, prayer and the power of energy and the power of love and the power of healing and the power that every single one of us possess. This amazing, beautiful power. My friends, we are in the end times, okay? Many miraculous things are going to happen. Miracles are going to happen like all the time. Okay, so be prepared, get ready. Okay, we are in the golden age, the beginning stages, and amazing things are happening. So tap into that energy. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. I love you guys. Don't ever give up. We all have the power and we all have the potential. So be well, stay meditated, and I will speak with you guys again soon. And don't forget to hit that bell and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a brand new update. See you later. Love you guys. Bye. If I could figure out how to turn this thing off now. Thank you, God, the source of the universe, for another beautiful last day.